What up, y'all? It's your boy, Crypto Rock. Hey, listen, y'all. Today I want to dive deep into a proposal that could potentially flip the script on America's finances. Simple as that, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's not your average. It's revolutionary, but it's also controversial, so buckle up. Let's talk about it. Now, before I unveil the blueprint, I want to paint a sobering picture to you. I'm talking about a staggering $34.3 trillion national debt, which comes out to roughly about $105,000 per person as of February 2024.
But is the national debt a danger to the economy, in your view?
In the long run, the U.S. is on an unsustainable fiscal path. The U.S. federal government's on an unsustainable fiscal path, and that just means that the debt is growing faster than the economy.
I have the sense this worries you very much.
Over the long run, of course it does. You know, we're borrowing from future generations. It's time for us to get back to putting a priority on fiscal sustainability, and sooner is better than later.
Now, how did we get here? Okay, we're talking about COVID pandemic, we're talking about military spending, we're talking about social programs, but what I'm here to do is rewrite the narrative. So let's talk about it even more. The bombshell is, which is really not a bombshell because we all know, the Fed loves to print money and inject it into the economy, which fuels the debt. Now here's my thing. Instead of sending everyone a measly $1,000 stimulus check, how about $10,000 for every US citizen? Why not? I mean, we're talking about 3.32 trillion. I mean, we already have a big debt. But hold on, y'all. It's not a handout. Here's the plan. It's strategic. It's a strategic investment in Bitcoin. The key is patiently waiting for Bitcoin to reach $500,000, which potentially multiplies the initial investment. So when Bitcoin reaches $500,000, the government can return $10,000 to each individual. What y'all think about that? Bitcoin reaching $500,000 could happen by 2025. Okay, sounds amazing, doesn't it? But I got some bad news to break to you. It's not possible. That scenario that I just talked about is not possible. I mean, I was so happy. I was like, wow, this is the solution. But then, you know, when you crunch the numbers, there simply just isn't enough Bitcoin for the US to invest in to get out of debt. That's just how bad it is. That's the sad reality, y'all. There are approximately 1.6 million Bitcoins yet to be mined. And even if ethically we could ingest $3.32 trillion into Bitcoin, we would have to have over 63 million Bitcoin to get the US out of debt. And that's when Bitcoin reaches $500,000. It's crazy. So this is my proposal, y'all. The government in the US needs to figure out a way to get your head out of your behind to be a part of this technological change. You need to open up your mind a little bit. But we also need to advocate for responsible fiscal policies and spending cuts. We need to promote economic growth through innovation and job creation. We need to explore innovative financial instruments and debt management, which is cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, with ethical considerations. We need to engage in open and transparent discussions about the best way to address this national debt and stop playing all of these party politics. You need to shift the way you spend your existing budget and invest in some Bitcoin. Who am I to tell you? I'm just one voter. Y'all don't care about me. Anyway, I don't know if this is possible, y'all, but I'm just saying, has anyone else considered this? I'm sure someone else has considered this. I'm sure. Even if we can get 100,000 Bitcoin and Bitcoin reaches $500,000, we're talking about a $50 billion gain. Now, owning 100,000 Bitcoins represents a very large portion of the remaining supply. I don't know if it's possible or it's even likely that such a large amount could be acquired at a single price point. I mean, considering currently only 950 are produced per day, and after the halving, we're talking about 450. Then, again, it's also kind of hard to expect these government officials to do what they're supposed to do. But fear not, my fellow Americans. Imagine what happens if we, as citizens, decide to take it into our hands, as we should do, and do it ourselves. Like, we have to start thinking about our future. Are y'all listening to me? Get off your couch and get some education. I'm glad you're listening, but make sure you do the research for yourself and get you some education. But still, at the same time, can you imagine what could happen to the US economy if these people were more open-minded? I don't know, maybe it's the age thing.
You don't have to make the same mistakes we did in the 60s and the 70s.
Now I want you to understand, it's not just about numbers, but it is about numbers. But it's really about empowering you, us. Like imagine putting more money into your pocket, fueling businesses, and boosting the economy all at the same time. Now, I'm not ignoring any concerns like inflation, market volatility, and tax implications. My question is, how would this affect government spending? I know that's a point of concern for many. This proposal, it would potentially shift how the government spends its existing budget. With increased financial empowerment, individuals may rely less on income security programs, freeing up government resources for targeted support. As financial planning and retirement options diversify, the government could explore more personalized and flexible solutions for Social Security. Financial empowerment could lead to a more proactive approach to health, potentially reducing demand for certain healthcare services, but also increasing demand for preventative care. The government could then refocus resources on improving healthcare, infrastructure, and accessibility. National defense, we all talk about that. Now, while that's crucial, the proposed financial injection could lead to a reevaluation of the priorities and optimize spending within the defense sector. Increased financial security could impact how individuals utilize Medicare and, of course, lead to a more sustainable and adaptable healthcare system. Now, remember, y'all, these are just potential scenarios, and then the actual impact could depend on various factors, but it does require careful planning and implementation. And it's important to consider the broader implications beyond the initial investment, in my opinion. Now, I want to just address what some would consider an elephant in the room, this idea. Like why this idea might be a tough sell. It's simple. We have to get past government resistance. They might not embrace this proposal. Change is scary, especially for those who are used to tradition. Some in power might resist because it's disruptive, because it's not their idea, or simply they just don't understand Bitcoin's potential. This is why I'm talking about it right now on this channel. We need open dialogue, we need education, and we need stakeholders to understand the benefits to them, okay? Now, not everyone will agree on how freed up resources should be allocated. So that's why we need these open dialogues. We need public involvement. We need transparent decision making. These are all crucial to ensure fair and effective allocation. You need to get involved. Now, let me say this. I understand and I respect a lot of the reservations that may come from you professionals out there, you economists, you political figures. You know, you might not really care about this proposal, but because I know it's a bold idea, but healthy skepticism is crucial. So that's why I encourage you to consider the potential long-term benefits and engage in constructive dialogue. I mean, if you have concerns, if you have questions, don't dismiss them. Share your expertise so we can all hear it. Propose alternative solutions. Don't just say it's a problem and you don't come up with a solution. Start the conversation. The goal is really not to convince everyone, but really to explore all the options that we have and find the best path forward for the nation, period, point blank. I mean, can you imagine if we leverage the combined knowledge and expertise of all these people of different perspectives and we find a solution that works for everyone? In reality, that's kind of how it's supposed to be. But we're always fighting each other because everybody wants to have their own opinion, but nobody wants to listen to the others. I mean, we can overcome this by having these conversations, educating ourselves and others, and challenging these outdated narratives. It's not just about financial solution, y'all. It's about redefining our relationship with money and embracing innovation. We should challenge the status quo for a brighter economic future. Period, point blank. You know, some might also resist due to concerns about shifting power dynamics, but the goal is not to take away power. It's really about distributing it so that it can benefit everyone. By empowering individuals and potentially freeing up government resources, we can create a more equitable and sustainable economy. Do you want that? You know, there are some people who probably don't want that. But I know that the proposal challenges the status quo. And some of y'all are going to resist change because you just don't want it. But I believe the potential benefits outweigh the risks, and there should be open and respectable debate. If you disagree, don't just resist. Offer your own vision for addressing the debt, because this is mine. It's not about Republicans, it's not about Democrat. It's about the people of America. And if you stand for people, then you should get behind this, you know? It's not about likes, it's not about shares, but you need to like it and you need to share it. I need you to spread this video. Research it yourself, crunch your numbers, and engage in respectful dialogue in the comments, you know? But your voice matters, and your insights can contribute to the solution. I think we can really make an impact if people can really see the bigger picture. So once again, to all of you market professionals, to you economists, to you political figures, to you public figures, I urge you to join in the conversation, because your expertise and your insights, we already know they're invaluable in shaping this discussion. Share your thoughts. Propose alternative. Don't just knock it down. If you have an alternative, remember, it's not just financial advice, this is a thought, all right? So there's 3 types of people in this world, y'all. I want to talk about 3 types of people in the face of economic challenges. You have the skeptics. They watch from the sidelines, cling to traditional methods, and dismiss new ideas. You have the dreamers. They envision a better future, but lack the action to make it happen. Then you have people like you who are ready. You're actively engaged and you discuss and you challenge the status quo because you want innovative solutions. Which one are you? It's your boy. Catch y'all on the next one.